Hey Lynn fam, welcome back to another team selection video. No players for me tonight, so I'm getting in early with the transfer decisions and team selection. If you're loving the content, then please do drop a like on the video. Let's try and hit 60, that would be amazing. Do pop me a comment below. How is your game week going? Good or bad? The Lynn fam is here to support. Do also let me know if you'd like to see me switch up anything else in the video. I've noticed that the views have been a little bit iffy lately. Would you like to see it later in the week? I have tried this before, but it hasn't gone so well. So either way, just let me know what you think in the comments below. Lastly, if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe. Okay, let's get after this. I'm unsure who will actually play of my double game week players on Thursday, but this is where I'm at as of now, and Dubravka yet again did the business for me, getting a clean sheet for 6 points towards my team total. Cancelo was a disappointment yet again. At this point, I'm actually wondering why I spent so much money on getting him. I mean, 1 point is just not good enough. Laporte would have done the job at a lot less money. Robertson, on the other hand, is a bona fide godsend. Full on Braveheart style with that goal and clean sheet for 15 points. That was a tough watch not owning Trent. The hell did Robertson pull it out of the bag for me? I couldn't ask for anything more than that, really. Shah, on the other hand, was the absolute opposite. Didn't play, and given I had 4 at the back, I will get WILDCARDS in, who is first on my bench, so I'll get his assist. That's not as terrible as it could have been, but you know what, I did miss out on the Newcastle clean sheet, so it's much of a muchness. Just would have been nicer obviously if Shah had played. Alonso, oh Marcus Alonso, you hero, came in as my Rudiger replacement and he didn't disappoint. There's a little story here. So my little doggy Roxy, who sadly passed away during lockdown, loved Alonso. Anytime you said his name, she would get really excited, her tail will waggle, and if you had her up on your lap and you said his name, she would high-five you with her paw. So when the opportunity arose to own him, I went for it, and it was a nice little nod to her when he got that assist and clean sheet for 10 points. And hopefully another game to go. Fingers crossed anyway. In midfield, I almost sold Saka for Havertz. Thankfully, I didn't so far, as Saka got a great assist and then upgraded his second assist for a penalty goal. He helped my team massively with those 13 points. So hopefully he's going to be okay now, because he did go down in that match holding his thigh, and apparently Arteta did say that he's had a bit of a problem there. So hopefully he's going to be okay to see out the rest of these games, because I'd really like to keep him. Captain Mount hasn't been great so far. Silly of me probably not to have gone Salah. The whole don't captain a single game week player was in my head after last game week. No idea how many minutes Mount will now get midweek. Of course, they have a lot of very important fixtures, so I'm not sure what that means for his game time, but let's hope, whatever it is, that he can get a little something. At least it's nice to have hope. That's the good thing about captaining a double game week player, is you get that hope that you might get a second bite of the cherry. So hopefully, just hopefully, he can do a little something for me. Kulusevski has fallen off of a cliff. Enough said on that. Salah got the assist. I feel somewhat lucky with that, given I didn't captain. I think Salah could have done so much more and could have been so much more damaging to my rank. So yeah, I was fearing much more than the assist. Up front, Werner came in for Tony for a -4. I wanted to attack the doubles, but not sure what I was thinking with Werner, really. It really is like going back to an X. The only good thing, I guess, is that Tony didn't do very much either, and hopefully Werner will get another chance. So fingers crossed for that one. And Kane, well, he fell off of a cliff behind Kulu. So when you guys find them, can you bring them back to me, please? Because I'm in desperate need of their points. It's great for Arsenal, though. That's the only good thing about them having gone missing. All of that means I'm on 64 points, so 60 with the -4 currently. It's a green arrow to 58,286 before WILDCARDS comes in with his 5 points off of my bench. I'm so happy, majorly grateful to have got that big of a green arrow so far. Of course, I will get some drop-offs with the game tonight and not having any Man United doublers, but they say it's the hope that kills you, so dare I say it, the Chelsea lads could really help my season. So if Mount or Werner get any returns on Thursday, they could really propel me up in the ranks. So come on, universe, be kind. Let's finish the season strongly. It'd be really nice to kick on now these last few game weeks. The bench looks decent with Weghorst and Davies sat there, but Weghorst will be called upon in Shah's absence. So actually, it's probably another week where it was a good thing that I didn't bench boost. With that, let's have a look at how I'm currently lining up for game week 35, a rare single game week in the wild. This is how the bus team looks, and my transfer options aren't very exciting this week. Of course, news will be needed on Saka, but if he's out, I'll look to find a way probably to upgrade him to Foden if it looks as if City are doubling in 36. Otherwise, I will consider my other midfield options who also double that week. If I want to go a little bit higher, I can consider funding that through selling Weghorst, and that'd be the way I would go with that one. However, if Saka is fine and nothing else crops up from the midweek fixtures, then I will likely do one of two things. The first being Dubravka to Foster. This would be to free up some cash and look ahead to a possible bench boost in the next 2 weeks. Or the second thing would be just to roll. I'll likely be taking a big hit, a very big hit in game week 36, especially if City do end up doubling there. So if I can lessen the blow by rolling a transfer this week, I will try my best to. However, I'll likely need to see to Dubravka anyway. That move just takes away a potential transfer down the line. I will keep an eye on his price potentially going up or Dubravka's going down before I make that decision on whether I roll or not. Just on a side note, it's actually terrifying not owning Trent. I can't promise at this point that I won't fold and make him my priority to get back. If City don't double in 36, then it means I could potentially sell Cancelo to get Trent back in. But to be honest, it seems to be going back and forth all of the time on which one it's going to go in. So until I know that news, I can't really kind of work it out. But again, it would be selling Weghorst down to somebody fairly cheap in order to try and fund it. Somebody around the 5-2. So a Watford player, Matata, or even Nketiah, so somebody like that. And then I could obviously turn Cancelo into Trent. It's extremely difficult selling him, but Cancelo's form has been iffy recently. Let's see what the week brings, and let's see where that City double lands before making a decision on that. Captaincy will be on Salah. Only the Spurs fixture really looks a possible contender for that, but I no longer trust in Kane or Kulu at this point, so I'll stick with the safety of Mo, I expect. As for the trending transfers, no surprising to see Jesus as one of the top forwards in this game week. He absolutely smashed it on the weekend. Crazy numbers. Yep, he did brilliantly, so no surprise that people are jumping on him, especially with a double game week coming up, whether that's 36 or 37. Obviously, just be aware of Pep Roulette on that one. Cash, yeah, great defender. Aston Villa have some great games coming up. Again, unsurprising to see him coming in. Nketiah has done fabulously for Arsenal. He's obviously fairly cheap, so it makes a nice way to help out with other transfers, as does Dennis. And I think Watkins is there, likely again in the same vein as Cash because of Aston Villa's fixtures. Rudiger obviously making way based on that injury and this talk about him leaving Chelsea at the end of the season, so that's obviously having an impact on FPL managers. Kane, yeah, I mean, at this point, he hasn't done very much in the last couple of weeks, so you can free up a lot of cash by selling him onto somebody like a Watkins, for instance. Antonio didn't even start on the weekend. We know what the priority is there now for West Ham, so it's absolutely fine, I think, to be getting off of Antonio, especially as they have no doubles. Son, surprising. I think out of the 3 Spurs players, I'd be reluctant to get rid of Sonny at this point. You know, I still think he's got a lot in him between now and the end of the season. But hey ho, you know, people like to go for it at this point of the season, and he does cost a lot of money. Just bear in mind when you're selling these Spurs assets that they do play Norwich in 38, so if you pile off of them now, you may well want to look at owning one of them at least for that fixture in Game Week 38, especially if they are still potentially in contention for the top 4. And lastly, Saka, yeah, that injury maybe put a bit of tarnishing on how well he did on the weekend. Otherwise, I feel like he'd be on the other side of this transfer in, transfer out table. But yeah, let's wait and see on any news with him. And that's it, just a quick one from me this week. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great week. Again, do let me know if there's anything you'd like to see changed up with these videos. But for now, please do check out my sponsors of this video, Fantasy Football Fix. Until next time, Lynn out.